everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm here with Mia.
Yeah.
She's on Snapchat. She's being antisocial. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks, babe.
So we are doing a video about mental illness.
Because I'm very mentally ill.
And, what not to say to us. Also, the stuff you guys always get wrong. Okay. To start this off, I have severe major depressive disorder, severe generalized anxiety disorder, and severe panic disorder. And social anxiety is mixed in there.
Yeah, same. I have severe panic and anxiety disorder, and I have major depressive disorder, and I also have some sort of insanity bug.
Me.
I'm insane. I think it's like some sort of ADHD, but we haven't got it diagnosed yet because my psychiatrist sucks.
Yay. Alright. So, what not to say to a mentally ill person?
Are you okay?
No. Never.
Never say that because we already know we're not okay.
You look sad.
Yeah. Don't say that.
Or,
It's like, really?
I know. My personal favorite. It's all in your head. It's like telling a person with asthma, it's all in your lungs.
Yeah. Another thing not to say is, or do, in fact, is to tell authorities unless it's absolutely needed.
Yeah.
Because if someone is having a panic attack, it just could be like a small one, or if someone is really sad, do not tell somebody, because like even if they're like actually mentally stable at that point.
Because you don't know what's going on in their life. They might not have a mental illness and they're just going through like a tough time.
Yes. So if you tell the counselor or something, that'll be less time for the people that actually need it, and it will give them more attention. And if it's something serious like suicide or something, definitely tell somebody immediately.
Yeah.
Report it. Tell the school, but anonymously.
What you can do if you wanna, if you think someone should see a counselor, you can talk to them personally, but don't talk to the counselor. You can always offer them your support. They might not always take it, but inside we're like, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Also, people who say, the religious people who say that we only have mental illnesses because Jesus doesn't love us.
That's you, sis.
By the way, we don't believe in Jesus. I got told yesterday, they're like, you're a Satanist? You must believe in heaven and hell and God. I'm like, atheistic Satanist, honey.
Yeah. Satan is real. Satan is dad.
When I watched my other video, I actually say that. I said Mark Pellegrino is daddy. He plays Satan in Supernatural.
I am Satan. What about Brendan Urie being his own demonic self?
Oh, he's daddy too. So are you.
Thanks.
Also,
Don't ask us what's wrong.
because we don't know.
Yeah. Just don't go up to us and be like, what's wrong?
Why are
It's
you
like,
sad?
It's like, why are you crying? I'm like,
I don't know.
okay, you ready? I'm shaking. Oh, and don't ask them, like, do you need to go to the hospital? And some of the times, if that needs to be said, then yes. If they're crazy and they are unstable and they are shaking and they need to be chained down,
If they are unconscious and on the floor, they may have epilepsy. If they pass out, yes.
call a hospital. But if they're shaking, don't touch them unless they ask for it. Because if they touch you, they might grab you and hurt you.
Or you don't know, like, what triggers them, because something that could be going on at home, or just, like, past traumas. Just
like, don't touch them. I mean, like, still, like, tell them things to make them feel comforted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, try and calm them down, but don't touch them, and don't, like, try and, like, stop them.
Yeah.
Just try and comfort them.
If you don't know how to comfort them, don't.
Yeah. Just ignore it.
I have that problem myself. I did that to someone who messed up her audition on a sight singing thing. We're not going to mention her name because we hate each other now. And I said, my other friend who's going in, who I'm still friends with, I said, "You'll do great, just don't pull up so-and-so." And right as it came out of my mouth, I was like, Yeah, also, if you have people who have mental illnesses we don't have filters. Like, a lot of the time. Because for me, my brain, I speak faster than my brain can process what I'm saying.
I say things. And then I think people are going to say them.
Yeah.
And so then and I answer. Like, my dad was just quiet one day, and I thought he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Nothing." And he said, "What? What?" And I was like, "What?"
Oh, that happens. Yeah.
And then, like, I'm thinking of something, and then I just hear, a voice in the back of my head, which, could always be insanity at its finest. But it scares me, because then I look up and I'm like, huh? Like, earlier today, so I heard some baby dubs, my guinea pig, in the back of my head, and I looked up and I looked at my dad, and he was just playing his game or whatever, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, who is she?
Who is she? Also, if your friend who has depression, we tend to isolate ourselves. Don't unfriend them, which is the situation I had, and I explained it to them, but they still thought. And then if we come back and we don't say sorry, it's because we're embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because I'll isolate myself for weeks at a time. And then one of my friends was, like, worried about me and actually told a counselor because she was genuinely worried. The rest of them were just angry with me. Which, don't get angry at someone who has, like, depression or anxiety.
Because that makes it worse.
Yeah.
Unless it's, like, needed to be angry at.
Because,
like, if they, like, kill somebody, be like, bruh, what the heck? Like,
we don't, because, again, we don't,
control our bodies.
Because we're angry at ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Because we already think have no value or whatever.
Me. I am unvaluable.
Ain't that the truth? No. But if you get angry at us, it just, like, makes our thoughts just valid. Okay, next segment, because it's getting too long. Please don't self-diagnose.
That's gross.
Yes. The reason why, it's because we spent all this time, and depending if you have insurance or not, money, and just the anxiety of just trying to get diagnosed, because it's a process, because if you're a minor, you have to talk to your parents, and you have to tell them what you're going through.
And it's really tough. It's really hard.
Yeah. So when you self-diagnose and say you have this because you went on WebMD, it makes us feel invalid, and like we didn't have to go through that process.
And it makes us feel like we're lying, and people are going to make fun of us.
Yeah.
As we feel, not make fun of, but feel towards them.
Yeah. And people use the argument, well, what if people don't have access to healthcare? I'm like, and like don't have the money to get diagnosed, or their parents won't let them. I don't say you have it.
Yeah.
Say you think you have it because you show some symptoms of it.
Or all.
Yeah. But don't say you have it because you don't know, because you could just be going through just having a down week.
Yeah.
or month, because that happens to normal people. For us, it's months at a time.
It's days. It's constantly. It's
There's that one
insomnia.
day.
It's awful.
Don't get me started on that.
But like even I don't even know if I have ADHD or not. But I think I do, just because I'm showing some symptoms. But of course, it could be something with my anxiety as well. Maybe it could be the medication affecting my own personal.
It could
mental
be something
state.
not. It could not be a mental illness at all. It could
Exactly.
be a physical thing.
I know. So like that's just how it is. And like I don't think I have ADHD, but I do show symptoms of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yet again, some ADHD symptoms also go with anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So of course I'm not going to say, oh yeah, I have ADHD, because one, I'm not on pills for it, and two, it's not been diagnosed.
Yeah.
I haven't even talked to my psychiatrist in like 6 months. So like I don't even know. Like I don't even know if I'm mentally stable or not right now.
I know I'm not. Jeez. But I only say that because this month everything has hit my family. Just so much. That really is just made my anxiety go up, and I'm not gonna make a video on that just to respect that person's privacy, and I don't know, because not a lot of people know about it yet.
Yeah, and for me, this month has been pretty terrible. I've been through some breakdowns, I might say, that have made me feel sick and needing to be hospitalized. And I just think that, like, people shouldn't just pretend like, oh, I'm having a mental breakdown. Like, I'm crying for 3 minutes. Like,
I cried for 3 hours.
Like, bro, I literally needed to be chained down. I had a mental breakdown. And then I fell to the ground bawling my eyes out, Like, people actually are sick.
Mm-hmm. And everybody's, like, breakdowns are different. Like, I was shopping for mattresses of all things, and I had no idea, because all of them felt the same, because I've had the same mattress for 20 years. I'm not 20, my mom bought it, like, 25 years ago. But I started crying, because it was stressful.
Yeah. Like, I got, like, a C on my math test, and I just put my head in my hands, and I started crying. And everyone's like, what the hell? And I was like, I'm failing this class.
See, now Mia knows that in high school, a D is a passing grade.
I'm gonna be the best student.
Yes, with partial credit. You'll still graduate though, so. Also, the people who are diagnosed but don't do anything to help themselves feel better, it just makes me feel for that person, because you could be doing, I get it, if you don't have insurance, meds are expensive.
Yeah.
But there are some meds, like if you're doing the
frankincense.
Frankincense, essential oils are expensive too. But if you want like a medication, then this worked for me, but like the generic Zoloft, sertraline,
and Wompazine.
They're only like $5, like for your prescription.
Yeah.
But like if you up your doses, just obviously going to be expensive. Mine right now is $17. But my birth control, on the other hand, is free.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. She don't got that endometriosis.
I don't have endometriosis. I have dysmenorrhea. And it's not as bad, but I just found out hypothyroidism also causes infertility. I'm fine.
Ah!
But because this is what my dad does. He self-diagnosed. He self-diagnosed himself with ADD, which is obvious he has it, because my mom has diagnosed him with it. She's a nurse, but he also self-diagnosed himself with OCD, which is like
when people diagnose themselves with OCD, that's wrong. You don't have OCD. You have a trouble trying to learn how to be a person, and you have problems trying to live.
Yeah, he's like, I said, don't, me and my mom started, like, we went off on him about don't self-diagnose. And he's like, well, how come I have to have the same routine every day? I'm like, that's not OCD.
That's
OCD
just-
is if you don't have the same routine
Yeah.
every day, you freak out.
If you don't have the same routine every single day, your
Honestly, me too.
family will die. Like, if you don't switch a light switch off like 3 times after leaving a room, guess what? Your pet will die. So you gotta do that. That is not what OCD
Also,
is.
needing to have the same routine every day, that could just be you. That's wired in your brain because you've done it for so long. And with him, it's also a symptom of ADD. So, don't self-diagnose. Because most of the time, you're wrong.
Very wrong.
We're going to get into that in the next segment with things people are wrong about. Okay, a lot of you make wrong assumptions about mental illnesses.
They think that, oh, you're sad for like 2 days, you have depression.
Or you're depressed, eat healthy, exercise. Like, that's the problem. I do eat healthy. She can tell you firsthand.
Yeah, you left my fruits in my house though. I ate them. But still.
You ate my fruits?
Yes!
I've been eaten?
Well, not the eaten ones. I didn't eat that one.
Yeah.
I ate the mangoes.
Okay. I do eat healthy, but the thing is,
I don't.
also, with depression, you can't get out of bed. There's some days where it gets really bad and you physically can't get out of bed.
There are some days where it's so bad that you're laying on the ground, crying about everything that comes your way. And you can't get up or else you're gonna faint. But that could just be me, insanity.
Also, we also found out your blood sugar was really low.
Well, yeah.
Most likely.
Well, no, that was the first time.
The first time, you didn't tell me about a second time.
Oh. Well, it happened twice, and then a demon came into my room. Oh!
Are you
seeing
sure it
things.
wasn't me?
Yeah, I mean, were you doing this?
Maybe. I don't know.
Sleepwalk it. My sleepwalk is a problem, don't worry.
I don't sleepwalk.
I'm like, how'd you get in?
My brother sleep eats though, and it's weird.
I sleep talk. Like, one time I just got up and I was like, where is my milk? And my mom was like, what milk? And I'm like, my milk.
That happened to me in the hospital once. I think I sat straight up. This was after surgery.
Jesus.
I sat straight up in bed, twisted 180 degrees. But when I did it consciously, it hurt like hell. And I yelled, "Stop!" And then fell back asleep.
Yeah, one time.
Hello? Excuse you.
One time I woke up and I was just, tomato! And, yeah, that's it.
Tis I, the Frenchiest fry.
Oui. Free.
But yeah, sometimes that just. Also, for me, they're like, since I am overweight, because 1, I have depression, I can't get out of bed. 2, I'm German and Russian from the Midwest. So technically, my grandparents were farmers. So definitely, I'm gonna have a bigger bone structure. And I'm German. But also, we found out I have hypothyroidism, which causes me to gain weight I can't lose, like physically. So when people say, oh, it's easy to lose weight, I'm like,
I mean, is it easy to lose pounds, but not, like, to see your pounds go down if, you starve yourself? But, 5th grade. But, like, it's not that fun.
also on another note, it's harder for women to lose weight too, because estrogen. Also, we carry more weight around this because it's a little thing called ovaries, and like we're designed to carry another human.
Design another human.
To grow one, so a little extra cushion for the push, and no pun intended. I was in labor and delivery today. Didn't hear because I was in the hospital, and I didn't hear any screaming from mommies, but I heard babies. Also, the thing that really helps my anxiety is babies.
The thing that helps my anxiety is, you guessed it, Snapchat.
Not your dog.
Oh yeah, and if somebody has like a support animal and they don't like look blind, deaf, or anything, like don't go up to them and be like, "You don't need that."
Yeah, but if you have an emotional support animal, they're not a service dog. So they're not meant to be in public, like in stores and restaurants or on planes. Somebody got mad at someone because they weren't allowed to bring their emotional support peacock on a United Airlines flight.
I want an emotional support rat.
Ron Weasley, who? Make sure it doesn't turn into a person. You had an emotional support guinea pig.
You're kidding me, right?
Her guinea pigs are actual demons.
Bro, you should hear them. I don't know what it was. They had full food, full water, they had toys, but I don't know. One of them was just like, yee! And I was like, Like, I need to tell them to shut up, and if they do, like, if I talk to them, they're like, and I'm like,
Also, there's some things when, a lot of times at like the middle school in our district, they're like, well, why don't you pet the dog and it help the therapy dog, and I'm like, well, has it ever came to you that maybe they're anxious in this school because they know there's a dog in the school?
yeah.
I thought they were pulling into my driveway.
I was like,
that's not my dad. But
ooh.
so animals don't really help me. I love my dog, don't get me wrong, but she's obnoxious.
Yeah, my dog
She's
is
a
the
diva. She runs the house. She gets everything she wants. We have her treats open in air. Hello? Like out in the middle, and they're open so she can stick her head in and get one. No, she stands in front of it and hits it.
Me.
She's a diva. She's really impossible. People say animals can't be dramatic. Have you met our pets? Like, we were pretty sure one of her cats runs a cult.
She does. I found her secret hideout, and now she's really pissed off because we cleaned it out. Bro, you don't know. She, like, caked that thing with her hair. It was disgusting. Everything was black.
Gross. But I've lived here for 5 years, and I've seen her cat, like, 3 times.
Yeah. And then Benny is the... Holy crap!
Oh, Emily, we're filming a video.
Okay.
You can stay out here, just don't talk to us.
That actually gave me a little tiny bit of a heart attack.
She always gives me a heart attack. This video is just becoming nonsense, so I think we're gonna end it. Moral of the story: you're wrong about mental illnesses, and don't self-diagnose. And we're depressed. All right, see you later.